Hey, hello there. This is Brooklyn Stories. So, I want to tell you about a guy named George. They call him Crazy George. He was east side, west side. He was north and south. Actually, he wasn't either. He wasn't either in those places. He was in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. How do I know Crazy George? Well, I never know him as crazy. He wasn't crazy to me, and he wasn't crazy to my family. But people on the streets know him as Crazy George. Well, they called him crazy. Some people, not everybody. A lot of people just call him by his name, George. He was the leader of a big old band. Actually, a big old gang, not a band. And he, just the mere mention of the name George, got everybody checking their underwear because they were scared of George. Thing is, George was a nice guy. George is a nice guy. I'm not going to say past tense. George used to go out with the hottest girl in the neighborhood. Hottest girl in the neighborhood. Her name was Martha. She happened to live right across my apartment. Her apartment was on the same floor right across from mine. Martha, big boot Martha. Everybody loved Martha. Martha didn't go out with anybody. They thought that maybe she was trying to study to be a nun or something. But she eventually went out to Big George. And Big George, that was her steady. And since Martha was my neighbor, nobody messed with me because I was Martha's neighbor. But one day they said that George got stabbed, slashed in the stomach, and we didn't see George for a while. It turned out to be true. So there was this gang on 42nd between 4th and 5th, and they were mostly a white gang. They looked like Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger with knives, guns and belts and bats. He got a hold of George. They stabbed him. He made it. He survived it. He got better. And then afterwards, he gathered his gang, and he said, "We're going to get those boys." And the white gang heard of it, and they said, "We're going to get those boys." So they all got together, and they marched. The white gang was on 42nd. George's gang was on 49th. He marched south. White gang marched north. And they were about to meet in between, right in front of the big old Sunset Park. I'm talking about 100 guys at least in each gang. They were going to clash like a big Roman battle. Just then the cops came in like 10, 20 cop cars, police cars, and intercepted. Broke it up, boys. Go back.